What's up? Heads up, DJ here, and I am back with another commentary. Today I want to talk why I think that engineer is not a boring class. So, a lot of people when they start playing Team Fortress 2 think the engineer is such a boring class, because they think all that engineer does is just sitting there all day, hitting his machines and stuff. And yes, that is boring. That's why we call that a turtle engineer. And everybody hates that guy who just sits in a corner hitting stuff, and you're gonna die so easily. And you're just restricted to protecting your sentry nest, which is not that fun to protect. So here is 5 reasons why I think that engineer is not a boring class.
1.
Okay, so number 1 on the list is, as an engineer, you can play alternative playstyles, which you can basically play like whatever you like and however you feel. Like personally, I like to play a battle engineer. Basically, what a battle engineer is, it's an engineer with a mini sentry that doesn't just sit there hitting his stuff. He just goes on front lines and helps his teammates, shooting people with his shotgun, helping them. If somebody is in a clutch, you set up a dispenser somewhere, but you go with your mini sentry, like you place your mini sentry somewhere and you just ran off and shoot people to the face. And yeah, basically I like doing that, and that's really cool. You can also play the turtle Engi, which is not that fun. I mentioned previously, like at the start of this video, you can just sit there hitting your machines, but that is not fun at all, so we're not gonna mention that guy. You can also play flying engineer, well that's at least what I call it, or the market gardening engineer. Basically, you build a level 3 sentry and you rocket jump with it and kill people from the sky as you fall. I personally love to play this playstyle because it's just so much fun. I recommend you, if you like engineer, try doing it, or even if you don't like engineer, try doing it. You might start liking engineer. On to the next one.
2.
I think engineer is not a boring class. Why? Well, you can be at 2 places at the same time. How is that possible? You may be asking yourself. Well, you set up your sentries somewhere else, somewhere where it's not very easy to kill, somewhere where it's very hard to kill, and where it has a good view of the objective, so it can protect the objective. And while you prepare your shotgun and go shoot some people at the front lines, well, you're helping your team at 2 different places. You're protecting the objective, and you're having fun shooting people to the faces.
3.
I said it 100 times, and I'll say it again. Engineer is not a boring class. Why? Well, because of its class complexity, its interesting weapon tactics, and weapon function. For example, let's take the Rescue Ranger and the Widowmaker. The Rescue Ranger is such an awesome weapon for MVM. But not only MVM, you can use it in pubs too. Why would you use such a weapon for pubs? Well, because you can rocket jump to a rooftop of some building in the game, and you can just teleport your sentry and put it on the roof. And you can shoot people from up there, and nobody would suspect that there would be a sentry on a rooftop. Come on, seriously, who puts a sentry on the rooftop? Only genius engineers. Now, that's why I think that engineer is not boring. Also, the Widowmaker has a little interesting function. Well, what's that interesting function? It uses your metal as ammo, and you never have to reload, except if you run out of metal, you need to go get some. But if you're a good shot, that's not gonna happen. And these little interesting functions are what makes engineer so fun to play.
4.
Another thing that makes engineer fun to play is his personality, which is really funny, at least to me. He's a guy from Texas with a lot of funny phrases. Just listen to this.
Yippee-ki-yay, I'm Wolverine mean, you son of a bitch. And another thing, you're ugly.
Oh man, that's so fun. At least to me, I don't know. You be the judge. That's why I like playing with him. He has so many funny phrases. When he dominates a spy, those are the best domination phrases. And they just keep you smiling while you're playing him.
5.
Engineer has always something to do. I mean, yeah, every class has something to do, but with Engineer it's a little bit different. You have to keep an eye always at your buildings to keep them upgraded health and to basically to not get them destroyed. You got to help your teammates by listening to them where to put what building, unless they are a jerk that just spams the voice commands. If he does that, just freaking kick him. You always have to help push the enemy team away from the objective and to keep them away from it by building a sentry around the objective. He always has to look around and keep his back safe because of those backstabbing jerks, spies. He is responsible to build a teleporter in a right place. This can greatly influence the outcome of the game. Those are the 5 facts why I think the engineer is not a boring class. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. Stay awesome. Bye!